Welcome to another stage analysis video. It's Sunday the 10th of March 2024. Been away over the last week, so just been playing catch up over the weekend, see what's been happening in the markets. I'm gonna change the format around a little bit of the weekend video again this week and start off with a look at some of the week's significant bars before getting into the watch list stocks and then the more regular content. So starting off with IOT here, which had a further stage 2 continuation attempt on earnings results. You can see some of the strongest volume, actually the strongest weekly volume it's ever had with this move as it pushes out above the turbulence zone here and the recent base structure over the last 3 months or so, and starts to push on to new highs, so into the institutional advancing phase here. So starting to make progress in stage 2. You can see the original stage 2 breakout back down at this point here. It's now moved over 180% from there with multiple bases along the way. This is a really good example of how stage 2 can develop in many stocks. Every stock has its own unique path as it moves through its stage 2 advance, and it tends to form multiple bases along the way. Some can be smaller, as we can see with this here with the initial base, and then some can be much more significant, which turn into stage 3 ranges which could then have the possibility of breaking down. At this point here, it made a brief failed stage 4 breakdown attempt, and you can see it turned into a spring and a test, and then followed through with a new stage 2 continuation attempt to new highs. So often can get this kind of behavior in stage 2, which can shake many people out, as you would expect. Your typical swing traders and position traders are only going to hold through the various little momentum bits of the moves as they move higher, and then start to drop out as soon as they drop off below the 10-week or the 50-day moving average there, and then start to come back in as they break back out again. So for the longer term investor, these pullbacks of fair significance are a matter par for the course as such. You can see in this one we've had a 25% pullback through there, then another 33% pullback, and then another 20% pullback. So all quite deep pullbacks, which very hard for the average position trader to hold on through the whole stage 2 advance. So for the most part, most people are getting in and out of stage 2s along the way and not riding it from the original stage 2 breakout point until the ultimate top, as that can be very, very challenging. So another really good example of this one of how a stage 2 advance works as such. If we move on to Harmony Gold, also with a continuation breakout this week. So gold stocks coming up in the watch list last weekend before I went away, with multiple stocks in the lists, which all had very big moves this week as gold continued to push higher, potentially back into early stage 2 there, hitting some new highs. So we saw the gold stocks coming back into focus again, with many that had been lagging starting to push higher. But Harmony Gold was one of the leaders from the group and was already in stage 2. You can see the stage 2 breakout attempt back here in October, had a little backup move, and then before following through, then forming this recent structure. So another stage 2 continuation attempt, some decent volume coming in on that, and the relative strength versus the S&P 500 here pushing to new highs at the moment. So looking healthy at the moment in that one too. DXCM is another one that had a big move this week, up 11.10% there, so 11.10, breaking above its Mansfield relative strength 0 line here. We actually had a change in its weekly SATA score from a 4 to a 9, so it added 5 SATA points. So the max you can get on the SATA score is a 10, so which basically means 10 of its characteristics are in stage 2 positions. So it's got a 9 at the moment as it attempts to make a new stage 2 breakout attempt here. Had a really good run up through this area here, so you can see the pullback was fairly shallow by comparison, so now breaking out. So good behaviour in this at the moment in the near term since the October low, but did have a significant stage 4 decline through the middle part of last year. So now shaking that out, move back through and making a new stage 2 breakout attempt, but not yet clear of the overhead resistance. So it may need to chop around in the 130 to 140 range for a bit in order to make further progress, but we will see. But this week's biggest mover in the Nasdaq 100 in terms of its stage analysis technical attributes improvement, not so much the percentage improvement, that's less relevant.